As I said earlier, I'd give more details about certain people in his entourage. Well, I gave a summary of his life and his career, so you can understand the extent of the power, the money, and the respect he gained throughout the last 30 years. But, in parallel, P. Diddy dealt with a lot of lawsuits and controversy. To have a better idea of how it affected him, his business ventures, and his finances, let's go back to 1991. After the City College stampede, he faced nearly a dozen of personal injury and wrongful death lawsuits from injured attendees and family members. He settled each one of them with undisclosed amounts, but MTV reported in 2000 that he offered $50,000 to one of the plaintiffs. The same article reported that he spent an estimated total of $750,000 on settlements. In 1995, Cedric Bobby Lemon, a limousine driver, claimed he was beaten by P. Diddy's bodyguards, who were at a concert to protect Mary J. Blige. The plaintiff said he was kicked and punched backstage while they were clearing the area for the female singer. He was ordered to pay Lemon $450,000 in compensatory damages and $2 million in punitive damages by default, since he did not appear in court. P. Diddy's spokeswoman said he was unaware of the incident, so they appealed the judgment. The appeals court overturned the order in 2004. In 1999, P. Diddy faced significant legal challenges. He was arrested and charged with felony assault for allegedly beating up Steve Stout, a rival executive, following a dispute over a video scene. P. Diddy apologized, and Stout requested that the charges be dropped, ultimately receiving a $500,000 settlement. During the same year, cable TV host Roger Mills accused P. Diddy and his entourage of attacking him after he refused to sell them a video interview in which he was asked about his involvement in the killing of the notorious B.I.G. Mills filed a lawsuit in 2001, which went to trial. In 2004, a jury ruled in favor of P. Diddy on all counts. The bad boy mogul found himself in trouble in the infamous New York club shooting case. He was arrested and accused of possessing an illegal firearm after attending an event with his former girlfriend Jennifer Lopez and the rapper Shyne. An altercation ensued, during which Shyne allegedly fired a gun into the crowd, and witnesses claimed they saw Diddy with a gun as well. They were pulled over by the NYPD after the event, and a gun was found in their car. Shyne was arrested and sentenced to 10 years in prison in 2001, eventually being deported to his native Belize by 2009. Diddy was acquitted of all charges, including possession of a weapon and bribery. 3 injured individuals filed a multi-million-dollar lawsuit, which was settled for an undisclosed amount in 2011. In 2001, Kim Porter, one of his ex-girlfriends, sued him for additional child support for their then 3-year-old son. A settlement was reached in the New York family court for an undisclosed amount. Kim Porter passed away in 2019 due to pneumonia. In 2005, Random House, a publishing company, claimed that Diddy didn't fulfill the terms of a contract to complete a memoir by 1999, for which he had received an advance of $300,000. Given the numerous lawsuits and controversies he was embroiled in that year, it's not surprising. A settlement was reached, and the book deal was ultimately scrapped. In 2007, a former consultant, James Sabatino, sued Diddy for a whopping $19 million, alleging that he hadn't been paid in full for a recording he made of the notorious B.I.G. in 1994 in Miami. The suit was dismissed in 2009. Sabatino had his fair share of problems, being a career con man and compulsive liar. Times even had to retract a Tupac Shakur story, since it heavily relied on information given by him. In 2010, Diddy was sued for age discrimination by a former employee who was let go because of her age, despite working for him since 1998. The multi-million-dollar suit was settled for an undisclosed sum in 2011. In 2011, paparazzo Gustavo Garces sued Diddy after being beaten up by his bodyguards for taking a picture of him outside the Dream Hotel in Miami. A settlement was reached in 2017, and Garces received $35,000 in exchange for releasing Diddy, his bodyguards, and their insurance company from liability. In 2017, P. Diddy's former personal chef, Cindy Rueda, sued him for sexual harassment and improper compensation for her long hours of work. She alleged that Diddy told her to cook a post-coital meal and made inappropriate comments asking if she was attracted to his naked body. Rueda was fired in 2016. According to Diddy's spokeswoman, she was a disgruntled former employee. The case was settled for an undisclosed amount. In 2022, Diddy's former nanny, Raven Wales Walden, alleged that she was wrongfully terminated after disclosing her pregnancy in 2020. Wales Walden also claimed to be a niece of the late Kim Porter, a claim denied by P. Diddy. His spokesman called the suit a meritless shakedown to extort money from Mr. Combs. She dropped her case in April 2024, and according to the Law and Crime Network, it can't be refiled. It's unclear whether it was settled out of court or if there wasn't enough evidence. Before I continue, I have to warn you that this part of the video will give gruesome and disturbing details related to recent allegations made against P. Diddy. You can skip this chapter or make sure to listen to it with discretion. Now, November 2023 is when the real trouble starts for Diddy. His former girlfriend, Cassie Ventura, otherwise known as Cassie, filed a lawsuit with explosive allegations claiming that she was beaten up, stomped, and raped by the music mogul. Disturbing videos of him allegedly belittling his girlfriend was released on social media.
What you gotta say now? What you gotta say now? You ain't got shit to say. When you put your girl on the snap, baby, yo babe. I mean, shit getting weird. Come on, baby, it's hot outside. You fucking wrapped up in that blanket. Let's go jog on the beach.
This video was released on YouTube in 2018. She added that she was forced to have sex with male sex workers while he watched and pleasured himself. It is rumored that he also blew up Kid Cudi's car out of jealousy. Cudi confirmed that it was all true and his car did catch on fire in the driveway of his residence in 2012. The couple have been on and off between 2007 and 2018. A settlement was made less than 48 hours later for a rumored sum of $30 million. Cassie released a statement saying, "After years in silence and darkness, I am finally ready to tell my story and to speak up on behalf of myself and for the benefit of other women who face violence and abuse in their relationships." Several other women came forward with similar allegations. This includes Audrey O'Day and Kimora Lee Simmons. A Jane Doe claimed she was drugged and raped by Diddy and two other men in 2003 when she was 17 years old. Additionally, Rodney King, also known as Lil Rod, filed a lawsuit in February 2024, alleging that Diddy touched him inappropriately on several occasions, forced him to solicit sex workers, and perform acts to satisfy Diddy and some people in his entourage. Lil Rod also revealed that he was required to film almost everything, and there was a constant influx of drugs, male and female prostitutes, and even minors in Diddy's private properties. According to the producer, many high-profile names were involved in these freak-offs, as Diddy called these parties. He added that alcohol laced with drugs was given to women, and Young Miami, a female rapper and former girlfriend of P. Diddy, was one of his sex workers and drug mules. Young Miami denied Lil Rod's allegations. Lil Rod also added that Diddy clearly stated that Jennifer Lopez was hiding the gun for him on the night of the 1999 shooting that led to Shine's incarceration for nearly 10 years. Finally, he claimed that he was not paid in full for his work on the Love album, that Diddy's camp tried to steal his publishing and alleged that the rap mogul, along with his son, Justin, were involved in a recording studio shooting in LA in 2022 that resulted in the death of a person. It's worth noting that he is suing Diddy for a whopping $30 million. Touré, a writer and journalist, also made shocking revelations in a recent MSNBC interview.
They were just detained, but what is going on?
Well, it seems that there are several people who are saying things about combs to the government, and they are trying to figure out what's going on. I found it interesting that they had enough to get a search warrant, right, for multiple places, but not enough yet to arrest him. You know, I was personally disturbed many years ago, okay? I know this man well enough to call him and say, hey, I need a favor.
Yeah.
And this might have been 10, 12 years ago that I called him and say, hey, I have a family member who I want you to hire them as an intern. And then the internship stopped abruptly, like 3 or 4 months into it.
Yeah.
And I spoke to my family member, like, well, what happened? And they wouldn't say.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why did it end? He wouldn't say. And years later, they finally came out, and this a male, and said that Puff had said, come home, stay the night with me, or the internship is over. And they said, absolutely not. He said, absolutely not. And the internship ended.
Note that despite the settlement reached with Cassie, and in addition to Lil Rod's ongoing lawsuit, he is facing 3 other lawsuits alleging similar charges. I won't go further into the specifics, since the allegations are well known and explained by all media outlets. There was a lot of drama surrounding the Bad Boy Entertainment roster. Here are a few instances. Craig Mack left the label after feeling pushed aside in favor of Biggie Smalls. He briefly returned with the Bad Boy family in the 2000s before quitting rapping for good and devoting himself to Christianity. He died in March 2018 of heart failure. Mase also had a major fallout with Diddy. Aspired to be the next big artist of the label after Biggie Smalls' death, Mase suddenly wanted to quit the label in 1999 to become a pastor. He returned a few years later. 50 Cent attempted to sign him to G-Unit in 2005, but P. Diddy blocked the deal. This partially explains why 50 doesn't like P. Diddy at all. After a last reunion with the Bad Boy family in the 2010s, Mase stopped collaborating with Diddy for good and spoke publicly against him. The Lox, a rap group formed by Jadakiss, Styles P, and Sheek Louch, sought to terminate their contract with Bad Boy Entertainment in the 2000s due to differences in style and vision compared to the majority of the Bad Boy family roster. After all legal proceedings failed, they launched a Free the Lox campaign and engaged in a dispute live on radio with Diddy, pleading for their publishing rights and accusing him of theft. The ties were finally severed when Styles P threw a chair at Diddy. Subsequently, the group was signed to DMX's Rough Riders, managing to maintain good terms with Diddy. As you already know, Shine went to prison for almost 10 years and was deported to Belize. He studied Judaism while incarcerated and formally converted to the religion in 2010 in Jerusalem. He was elected leader of the opposition in the House of Representatives of his home country in 2020. In that case, Diddy showed a lot of support and even helped him get a visa to establish new relations with U.S. officials. Loon left the label and converted to Islam in 2008. He was arrested for drug trafficking in Brussels in 2011 and extradited to the U.S. in 2012, where he was sentenced to 14 years for attempting to traffic heroin. He was granted release in 2020 due to the pandemic's effects on prison centers. G-Dep was dropped from Bad Boy Records and had many issues with drugs and the law. He served a 15-year-to-life sentence after confessing to a murder he committed when he was a teenager. He was released from prison on April 4th, 2024. He stated in a Fox 5 interview that he wanted to work for Diddy again, despite the current allegations. Black Rob, a heavy contributor to the label, was dropped in 2006 while he was incarcerated for robbery. He suffered many health issues and ended up broke and homeless in the 2010s. He died of heart failure in 2021 at the age of 52. I briefly mentioned earlier that he owned 2 restaurants, both called Justin's after his eldest son. One was located in New York, which opened in 1997 and permanently closed in 2007. The other was in Atlanta, opening in 1998 and closing in 2012. Violent altercations involving high-profile celebrities and notorious gang members took place at both locations. I won't delve into further details since they would require an entire video. As you can see, despite his lavish lifestyle, successful businesses, money, power, and the respect he has gained, controversy, violence, and drama seem to follow Diddy. If any of the allegations were true, what could push someone to behave like this despite their success? Another very controversial figure who is facing similar allegations, Andrew Tate, made this statement in an interview unrelated to Diddy's situation.
I think that money's an amplifier. I've said this a lot of times, but I have to say it over and over again because I want people to understand. A lot of people think money will fix their problems, and all it will do is exasperate them.
Yeah.
If you're a coward, you will be a bigger coward if you're rich. You'll be more afraid of robbery. You'll be more afraid of people finding out where you live. If you're an idiot, you'll be a bigger idiot if you're rich. You're gonna do more stupid things than you would have done if you were poor. If you're a G, you'll be a bigger G if you're rich.
Rest assured that my next video will be about this guy and his brother, so follow my channel. Finally, following the gruesome allegations and past controversies, his properties in Los Angeles and Miami were raided by Homeland Security. It is unclear if his yacht was also targeted in the raid. Many personal items were confiscated by the authorities, and his son, Christian King Combs, also faced similar allegations of sexual misconduct. A few facts need to be stated since they are apparently going under the radar due to the salacious claims. He spoke and collaborated with the authorities. A French YouTube channel named Hyconiq Mag stated that an adult film actor claimed he is the man in a compromising picture on which Stevie J is allegedly identified. His name is D'Angelo Marquis. TMZ reported that Diddy's attorney, Sean Hawley, confirmed that 2 men were arrested for the studio shooting, suggesting that P. Diddy and his son Justin were not involved at all. They are named Rudolph Flowers and Laren Bundley and are currently awaiting trial. 2 adult women came forward and claimed to be the girls identified as minors in the file. One of them published a picture wearing the same clothing and identified herself as Chelsea. She claims to be 33 years old. The second one is Justin Combs' 32-year-old girlfriend, Stephanie Rao. The audio involving Diddy and Meek Mill in suggestive activities is not proven to be true or official. 5 years prior to Cassie's lawsuit, Jonathan Oddie, who was arrested for shooting up a hotel belonging to Donald Trump, stated that he was a sex slave for Diddy and had to have sex with Cassie. Many details corroborating the current lawsuits were given. KB Goes Live has an entire video breaking down the interview. Money, contracts, and publishing rights were common problems within Bad Boy Entertainment. Hyconiq Mag also reported that Diddy announced he would give publishing rights to his entire roster just weeks before the explosive lawsuit involving Cassie became public. Aubrey O'Day publicly encouraged artists not to sign the new contracts, suggesting it might be a strategy to deter them from speaking out against him. And yeah, Guwap released a song called No Diddy. I was just looking for a reason to add this here. Now, how has this situation affected his businesses? Forbes and Rolling Stone reported that Diddy lost 18 business partnerships, most of which were subscribed to Empower Global's marketplace. It is possible that more partnerships have been lost since the website is currently not displaying any brands. Empower Global, founded in 2021 by Diddy under the umbrella of Combs Global, promoted Black-owned businesses. Members were required to pay a subscription fee of $35 per month and a 10% cut from sales on the platform. The Harlem Prep School, which he co-founded, cut ties with him. Hulu was supposed to host a reality show featuring his family, but dropped the deal. Diddy stepped down as chairman of Revolt in November 2023 and sold all his shares for $100 million to an anonymous buyer. Additionally, Diddy was a client of the Canadian label Salxco, also known as XO Records for Management. However, he is no longer listed as such on the label's website. P. Diddy has reportedly lost millions of dollars in deals following recent allegations. According to a show on the Law and Crime Network, P. Diddy may be turning to social media to sustain his income as his Instagram account is monetized.
Now, it's something to remember is that these social media personalities and celebrities and moguls, their social media presences are monetized. And so the more engagement that they get on each post, the more money that they receive. And so he's going to have to take the sweet with the sour, especially if he's looking at these very high monetary fees that are going to be going to his criminal defense and his lawyers currently, even before the case has even been indicted. So you'll probably see him leaning more into social media. The comments will likely be on most of the posts. He will probably not talk about the case itself because it is a form of monetization. I feel like it's nothing more than that.
Diddy himself filed an unrelated lawsuit in May 2023 against his former partner and the company Diageo, a giant in the alcohol and spirits industry that co-owned Ciroc and Deleon Tequila. The lawsuit alleged that Diageo did not respect the terms of their contract by failing to support marketing agreements and engaging in racism, apparently viewing these products as inferior and selling them only in urban locales, as reported by fooddive.com. They had a 50-50 profit split deal, and he was making around $60 million per year. The lawsuit was settled in January 2024, and Diageo is now the sole owner of the beverages. During the making of this video, I came across the news about the sudden death of Marisa Roth, a TikTok star known for sharing controversial celebrity gossip. Although the cause of death has not been communicated to the public, it has sparked a conspiracy storm, including the possibility of foul play due to exposure of Diddy and his entourage's suspect activities. Ironically, others suggest that she was unable to pay her medication bills because Jennifer Lopez's team repeatedly reported her account for copyright claims until it was entirely shut down, including its monetization. She had several health issues, including colon cancer. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section. As of April 2024, Celebrity Net Worth reported Diddy's net worth to be $800 million. So yeah, in that case, more money, more problems. If you want to know more about celebrities' business ventures and lavish lifestyles, follow our channel.